welcome back to the channel. Those of you who follow the channel will know that a couple of weeks back we gave away the 2,500 subscriber ball to a guy called British Bee-Man. Now, we've been in touch, we've talked a bit, and very, very kindly he's offered to send me up some of his honey. And when it's fermented, his grey mead, whatever that is, but it does sound delicious, I think. Yes, we'll go with delicious. Anyway, so people offer to do something for me, then I'm more than happy to do something for them as well. So I'm going to send him down a honey dipper. Now, I've never made one before, so this could be quite fun. I know how they're made and what they're supposed to look like, but never actually turned one. So we've got a bit of African walnut here. I'm a little bit unsure about it because normally with spindle blanks, I like the grain to be running parallel through it, but here it's running at an angle, so I don't know if it's going to give us problems. It may end up splitting, but we'll get it turned and we'll see how it goes. Right, first job is to get this round. Looking okay. Right, we're going to do everything between centres, so there's no using chucks or anything like that. So what we've got here is we'll keep right to the very end until we part it off. Right, we're going to do it or build it in a very similar way that you would build a finial or a wand or something like that. Anything designed to be thin. We're going to do it segment by segment. We're not going to get the whole thing thin and then start detailing it because it's going to be too weak. And as I said, we've got this grain running across it as opposed to all the way through. So I don't want it to go too thin because it could run the risk of snapping. It still might, but we'll do our best to keep away from that. Right, so I'm going to start working on the dibbing end, I suppose you could call it. When we do come to parting off, we're going to be parting off at the tip and then just cutting off at the base with a bandsaw or whatever. So this is the crucial bit. So I've just given myself a little bit of room. So we know that spike does go in a little way, so we've given a little bit of room so we can part off there. Right, we're going to get this to the right size and create our, like an oval shape at the end, just a little bit fatter. Right, that's looking the right kind of shape. Right, we're going to measure where we want our cuts to go in. So we'll have one in the centre, one there, there, that should do it. Okay, I've been trying to figure out what's the best tool to put these little lines in, these little cuts in. I've got a few parting tools, but they're all quite thick, and I feel that if when I go in, there's going to be nothing left to the outside. So as a start, I'm going to go in with my my thinnest parting tool and see how we get on with this. I can always make things wider with this, but if it's too wide, then I can't make it narrower. Okay, that worked way better than I hoped. I put the cuts in all to the same depth, but to the same depth relative to the outside surface. So as you can see, as you're looking down, you've got a curve on the inside as well. These little flecks will soon sand off, that's not a problem. Right, okay, let's create the stem for it. Okay, before we get too far whittling down these ends, I'm just going to run a bit of some sandpaper over here just to clean up all these edges and get it smooth. Quick little bit of isopropyl alcohol just to help clean out any sawdust left over. I'm not even going to try and get in those gaps. Next step is to turn this away very, very carefully until we've parted off. One hand cutting, one hand waiting to catch. Okay, or it just splits. Okay, right, I'm just going to take off this nib here on the bandsword, cut it off there, and just sand up these two ends. Okay, we've got it nibbed off and sanded up. Now to finishing it. Now, with anything that's going to be touching food, you've got to make sure that the finish is as natural as possible. And all we're going to do is give it a bath. I'm going to give it a nice deep bath of mineral oil. Just let it sit there for a couple of seconds, make sure that the wood has plenty of time to drink it in. And we'll take it out, drain it off and wipe it down. Okay, I'm just going to let it sit there for a couple of seconds to drain off. It's had a little while to soak off, so I'll give it a wipe down now. I'm very pleased this worked out. As I say, it was my first attempt at a honey dipper. If it hadn't worked, I wasn't sure what I was going to do because it was my last spindle blank of a wood type which can be classed as food safe. Everything else I've got is laburnum and yew, etc., which is all a little bit poisonous, so you don't want that going anywhere near your food. It's also the first time for turning African walnut. It's got absolutely amazing chatoyance to it. Well, British Bee Man, thank you very much indeed for your kindness. I do hope you like this little gift. Everybody else, if you've enjoyed watching the video, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe, etc. And if you leave a comment as well, then you'll get entered into the giveaway, which is happening on the 16th of March, which is the channel's 1-year anniversary. Apart from that, thank you very much indeed. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.